What's up? Hello, and welcome to a thing I'm starting to do. This was inspired by Dayglow. He does these videos after every album. And I, as a producer, I always find them super useful. I have tea, I have biscuit. I'm going to be going through each track of the Me and Friends album over the next few weeks. Love Tomorrow, out now on streaming services. Buy a shirt on Bandcamp if you want. They're cool. Yeah. Let's dive right in. So, I'm an Ableton guy. I don't know. It's just what I first kind of started using. I mean, I started with Fruity Loops, but I was like, I don't know. Jenna Baxter used Ableton at the time for like, she used like Ableton Lite for something. I can't remember what it was. This was like 10 years ago, probably almost. But yeah, so I tried it out and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. I think I like that it's all very like bare bones, but it's still kind of still pretty to look at, but it's just like it tells you exactly what you need to know, in my opinion. Whereas like something like Logic, I kind of get stuck in like the like, I don't know, I don't feel like it shows me everything I need to know at once, and I'm like always constantly trying to find things. And like if I used it for a long time, I'd get good at it, but I'm already good at this and I like this, so it works for me. Okay, when I'm ready, first thing, Matthew Callahan on piano or keys for the start. We just did this like in the living room downstairs. That video of him actually playing that is at the start of the music video. So it was pretty cool to capture that. But this is it right here. I was basically like, hey, can you just muck around? Because if you listen to Matt play, if you're ever in a band practice with him or whatever, he'll just like, every now and then he'll just get lost a little, and it's always so magical. So I was like, hey, can you just, get lost? Get lost, get out of here. No, I was like, can you get lost in this just mucking around? But make sure you find your way back to, I believe it's A over B. This chord. Because that's what throughout the song that'll resolve into E. Yeah. So I was like, hey, just move your way around till you find your way back to that A over B. And he did that, and the way he did that was just like actually by cycling through the chords of the song, which I thought was pretty cool. He did like a super long take, and this was the part I found. I was like, this like 30 seconds or whatever it is magic to me. So I really liked that, and that's what I used. And there's just like this reversed thing of it at the start. That whoop into it, that's this here, this cassette transport thing. It's free, and you can kind of like automate the buttons on it. So it's like basically this automation is basically like me pressing the play button on a cassette tape, and it goes and speeds up. Yeah, which is pretty cool. Really fun to play with. Then there's this Rain. This is actually, I was originally going to put this on Change Another Traditions, this Rain sound, like back in when I was first starting to write that in like 2019. So that's like Rain from my house back then, captured through, like it's a, what do you call it? A voice memo on my iPhone. There's a bit of thunder here. I don't know, I think that's pretty cool. So I thought it'd be fun to come back to it. And then there's also this synth. Which is just two presets in this Isotope Iris. I really like this. I think I bought like an Isotope bundle at some point, and that got me that synthesizer, which I use a lot. So there's one on the left. It's really like dirty. And then one on the right. With this grain delay, you'll see me use that a fair bit. Yeah. and they just follow the root notes. First track out of the way. First out of 9, I think, tracks. All right. Actual song. Let's just go top down from what I have here. I'm insane. I'm crazy, first and foremost. I'll just like throw things in as I go. I'm not like drums at the top, then keys or bass or whatever every time. Like I don't do the same thing every time, and I kind of just use random colors. So you'll probably see this, and if you're like super pedantic about that sort of thing, you'll hate me. You'll hate my guts. So the first thing is like I always, because I track everything separately, I'll have cues. This is something I took inspiration from churches, where like you'll have in-ears and the thing will go verse 2, 3, 4 or whatever. That's kind of what these cues are. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's just like I'll go through the song and put them in. And that just helps whoever's tracking to keep track of where they're at. Because it's a bit hard for you to be, hey, I want you to play on this song. Memorize the structure. That's not ideal for anyone. It's really just a lot more comfortable if they know, if they're like playing along, they're grooving, and then they break 2, 3, 4. And they know to go, oh, that's when I go. Yeah, so the cues will sit at the top there. Next, we have guitars. Okay. So this top one is, we'll come back to that because that's kind of crazy to go to straight away. But yeah, so we have a guitar kind of on the right there. There's 2 mics on that. That one's kind of like a room mic, it sounds like. Yeah. Pretty standard part. Just making sure the groove's there with the hitting that kind of snare sort of. When I'm thinking about guitar parts rhythmically, I'm kind of always thinking percussion. I don't know. So I think that's where the groove is, man. Yeah. In terms of effects, just EQ, and then in the breakdown, we just get this trash plugin. You'll see me use this a lot. I like to just search through presets. I'm a preset guy sometimes. I just like to, look around, see what I find. And then I'll tweak it to match exactly what I want. Right, so this bit heavier. And that's just getting activated on one of them. So we still got this clean thing coming through, but then there's this. So that just pops in there. But other than that, it's just EQ, really. And then sends to reverbs and whatever. These are all my reverbs and parallel processing things down here. I'll go through them in a bit. Guitar 2. A lot like roomier. Very compressed, it sounds like. Yeah, Wolf compressor hitting that. Classic. So yeah, that's cool. I like that. Kind of the same as the other part, but a bit more delicate, and I think played on another guitar. I'm the worst for this. I'll just forget to write down what things I play things on, because I'm like, it won't matter. But here I am trying to tell you how I recorded this song, and I have no idea. This sounds to me like the Bobcat, this guy right here. And I'd say the other one was the Stratocaster, the white guitar there. And that was all through my AC-15, I believe. So together. Pretty pleasant. I like it. Okay, then we have this guy. I love this. This might have actually been my friend Megan's Jazzmaster through my AC-15 again. But yeah, so I was going to replace this originally, which is why it's like all cut up like this. I was like, I'll just chop it up and make it work, and then I'll replace it later. But I think I just liked it so much, and this is something you'll see across the album, is I just liked the like scratch take so much that I just kept it, and that's this. Couple of things here. Number one, big like Mario Kart inspiration you can kind of hear. I think the big one was Maple Treeway, if you're familiar with that track. That was kind of where my brain was during this. Also just like a Japanese kind of sound. This whole song was kind of inspired by Japanese music. So we've got this main one. This is all going through a compressor, J37, which I'll use a lot. That's a Dayglow tech. Thank you, Dayglow. And yeah, this EQ with the boost in the highs. And then we've also got this fuzzy octave down thing. So you can see I've literally just brought that down an octave with the complex algorithm. Very important. And pretty fuzzy. That would be trash, I'm guessing. Wolf compressor. Bit of a bit warmer is a great saturator preset in Ableton. Trash, of course, yeah. Which preset's that? Digital bump harder. Cool. And yeah, little mid cut there. But yeah, you'll see me use stock Ableton stuff like all the time. The Ableton compressor, EQ. I think it's just because I learnt on it and I was like, I'm not really having any issues with this, so I'll just stick with it. And that's kind of where I'm still at. And then the octave up. Trash again, compressor again. Another boost in the highs. Yeah, so pretty cool. All right, next guitar is, I like this one a lot. Yeah, pretty sweet. So a little bit of EQ here. I'm kind of crazy with my EQs too. Like I'll just boost. Like people say, subtractive EQ is the way to go. I don't give a frick. I'll do whatever it takes to make it sound good. Or good to me. You might hate it. I don't know. But yeah, got that compressor hitting pretty hard. EQ into the J37 again. So that's, if you're not familiar with that, that's like a tape emulation thing. Oh, what's this? Okay. So I wanted it panned left, but I wanted that echo to be still equal in left and right. So I kind of just set it up in two different chains. Because otherwise, if you have it pan left and going into that echo, that Tweezy tape, my special tape setting is based off the Tweezy tape setting. But if it's pan left before going into that, it'll stay left mostly, which is a bit annoying. So I did that just to sort that out. All right, guitar's done. Oh wait, no, wrong. Solo. Oh, and this too. There's just some duplicates of this. Super messy, super gross. That was the Vox. I actually named that one that time. I'm super proud of that solo. I think it's pretty cool. Fun in the music video too. But we got a just compressor. We've got just a compressor, EQ, trash again, gentle saturation setting, and then Wolf compressor. So it's getting slammed by the compressors. So I've got the right in front of the amp. Would be an SM57, I'd assume. And then the room one. Sitting a bit further back. That's probably the Aston Spirit doing that. I love that microphone. Okay, percussion. Pretty simple here. Just a tamb. And some claps. There's some real claps and some fake claps. I like to do a bit of a mix. So that's real, obviously fake, obviously fake, real, and real. Nice and big. Yeah, and then later on, there's this other tambourine. Double time, baby. It's literally just sped up double time. That's in the breakdown. You can't really hear it. It's kind of just buried in there. What a mess. I think in that, like, the fake claps weren't really sitting right, so I just kind of ditched those there. But yeah, these other ones are like before the... And we'll get to that in a minute. Keys and synths. I love this part. Temp Rhodes. This was going to be temporary, but I just kept it in. I was like, I'm going to get Matt to play, which he does here. But I just left it in too. Simple block chords, MIDI'd in. Just with this old school Rhodes setting in Ableton. This is a great one. Add some random. It's just like a MIDI effect in Ableton, and just kind of makes it so that it sounds a little bit less robotic. Little high boost here. J37 again. But yeah. That plays throughout, I think, the whole thing. Yeah. But you'll see here, the automation on Matt's part is it actually doesn't play through the whole thing. It cuts out in the chorus. Oh, no, in the verses, I think. But before we do that, we also have these, which I also labeled Temp Rhodes. They're not Temp Rhodes. They're different synths. I just am lazy and forget to name things. Labs. I love Labs. It's free. You can get like a million different things. But yeah, so I just have that to go for the tell you thing. Yeah, nice bit of layering there. Very noisy. I don't know why I've done that. Anyway, yeah. Matt's part. Dope. So it doesn't actually play till the chorus, I think. Oh, you can hear it come in here. He kind of came up with that. Originally, we didn't do stabs there at all, but then we kind of went to which is really boring, but then he did this suspended 4 thing, which gets the tell you. And then he plays in the chorus. Leading up to the chorus. Magic. Oh no, I just realized I forgot to set the sidechain. I must have changed the channel. I must have I don't know, I've done something and it's not picking up what it should be picking up, which that's kind of frustrating. But hey, that's all right. But yeah, we got a bit of EQ as per usual. Bit of tape saturation, stock stuff, trash again, but during, where's that come up? Ah, the bridge, of course. Very dirty. Then we've got this part. But yeah, Matt's playing is exceptional. He's the GOAT. This is fun. This was kind of like one of the first synth parts that made it in. And I've done that same kind of chain thing from earlier where it's on the right, but the ping pong delays even. All that is, right, is just a chord, but with this crazy fast arpeggiator. So if I extended that. Sounds like a bit like a telephone or something. I don't know. And that's just Iris again, that synth plugin. That kind of plays throughout the chorusy parts. Here we go. Some more layering on the. We've got this flute plugin, which it's a pretty crazy sounding flute. What's that? That's just a Ableton stock thing again. Wolf Comp, J37, EQ. Same over here. That's hitting something. Yeah, that's the Wolf Comp and the J37 again on this. This is a pretty cool one too, is the BBC Symphony Orchestra. That's free as well, and it's just some good orchestral sounds. As you can see, I'm a bit of a cheapskate sometimes, but I think that's good because that breeds a bit of creativity, having the limitations there. They also do that. Pretty fun. What's this go? Oh, is this? Yeah, upright piano. This is like the one part with upright piano in it. It's just this. Under the. Pretty buried layer, but I like it. And at the end, I think this is my terrible last playing. That there too, of course, hitting that Wolf Comp, the lo-fi thing really hard. Sounds cool though. Then Microkorg, which I don't know if you can see it, but it's over there. It's just a little synth. Everyone has one pretty much. But I think it's in the bridge. Auto pan just left and right. I could automate that, but this works. And then this organ sound in this down chorus. And then back into the boo woo woo. Those octaves. Cool. That's synths. Alright. Drums. Connor Ritchie plays drums for like everything I ever do. This is him on kit. Recorded at Reynolds and Co Studios. Thank you, Sam. All right, a little bit to go over here. I did a bad job recording this kick. It could have been a lot nicer. Some of the other songs it is a bit nicer, but this one in particular is a bit like it was pretty bad before the processing, and it's still not too crash hot. But yeah, so sometimes I'll do this where one of them's gated. Oh, they're both gated. Why? Huh? I don't even know what. Sometimes I just don't know what I'm thinking. I just do it. So this one's super gated. Just get a bit of attack there. And this one. Bit more color. Getting the tails there. Still gated, but to a much lesser extent. And going through that drum bus for a bit of that color. And both going through the J37. I use this thing a lot. As J37 and Wolf compressor, you'll see on like everything. It's crazy. Yeah, but then sometimes I'll have something like a group with no kick in it. So I'll have the drums all in one group and then another group in that with no kick at all. So the reason for this is so I can just send that whole thing to the drums room reverb, because sometimes I don't really like that kick having much reverb. You'll see there is a little bit of kick reverb here, but not as much as the rest of the kit. And it's just an easy way to do that, I find. So that's the rest of the kit. Snare. I love processing snares. So yeah, some pretty heavy processing on the snare always. See that top one's gated again. Just because I wanted to get a bit extra of it without the hi-hats, which you can just do with the floor thing. You can make that, you can blend it, but I just kind of prefer to do them separately sometimes, so I can process them both differently. It's compressor, always hitting the snare pretty hard. The other one's probably like this is probably being hit more, but yeah, hitting it really hard with that compressor up front. Trash, add muscle setting. A little bit of a low cut here because that'll introduce some. A lot of the time, like distortions or whatever, will introduce a bit of low end. So you got to kind of throw that out on the end. Then this Wolf compressor hitting during the bridge. Just a bit crunched up. Yeah. Overheads. Sitting over to the right side, kind of. Interesting. Bit of a cut here for some reason. It's probably something there I didn't like. Yeah. Nothing much to say there. And then toms. I always clear out all the tom tracks except for those hits. Which sounding pretty meaty here. That's going to be a lot of that, a bit warmer, and the Wolf compressor. And these EQs to like emphasize the what do you call it? Like the, I don't know, the drumminess, the drum, the low end in them. Well, it's got a name. The main tone, whatever the proper word for that is. And yeah, another compressor up the front. And then a room mic. Oh, okay. So that's kind of working as our left overhead. So that's kind of what's giving it the room. Bit weird to have the room mic as an overhead, but hey, I can do what I want. And that's the beauty of it. Melodica, classic in Me and Friends stuff. Wolf compressor, I can hear it from a mile away, yep. And then in the budget's underrated. The budget's underrated. It's just playful, you know. Bass, Tom Lee. Jazz bass. I don't know what this top... Oh, I was going to put a low octave in, but I decided to not do that, so that's just sitting there. Don't worry about that. I always do the bass kind of into layers as well. I'll process one thing as the real like low end. Get that going. And then with the top end, I'll kind of tend to distort it a bit more. Or maybe distort's the wrong word. It's the right word. But it's more about saturation. So we got that Wolf compressor hitting that. As we do the other one, but yeah. Pretty fun. And then during the breakdown, the bridge, whatever you want to call it, we have this trash kicking in. Tigress. And so I've got this EQ this cut here to compensate for that. That's pretty sweet. I think that's cool. Cool as hell. Really cool part too. This ad-lib thing, this is a throwback to like past bedtime. Where it has like the yeah, what throughout the whole song pretty much, I think. Or through a lot of it. which, right? And that's just my special tape setting for the Echo plugin. And that's just 100% wet too. Kind of just sits there in the background. You can barely hear that second one. Oh, the intro keys actually. That's Matt Callahan's part from earlier. I chopped that up at the start. Pretty gross and dirty, but that's just so that we didn't lose we didn't really lose that layer when the song kicks in. It's kind of important. It doesn't come back though, which is interesting. Not sure if that's the best choice, but it's the choice I chose. Vocals, woo! This is a lot of the time, this is the hardest part for me, especially recording it. You can see a hell of a lot of automation here. That's probably just dipping for like sibilance and stuff like that. Up with the tempo, things aren't bright enough to see. Yeah, just like harsh parts cutting out on those. Keeping up with the tempo. So a lot of layers here, and there's a lot of layers that aren't me and are just like ad-libby things. But yeah, the main one. Keeping up with the tempo. Processing here. I really like this channel EQ on vocals. The high cutoff on it is really pleasant, I find. So I'll use that a lot. And then trash, classic overdrive. So yeah, that's our main one. There is a bit of pitch correction on that too, but it's kind of printed into it. I can't show that off. And then there's these keeping up with the tempo, left and right takes. Yeah. And the light might tell you. So all three together. Keeping up with the tempo. Nice and full. Yeah. All right, BVs. So you'll see these are interesting. There's a lot of them. But the biggest thing is like these gang vocal things. This was the most fun. 21! Cool. It's cool, right? Lots of people on these. Jenna. 21. Phoned in, literally. I was like, hey, can you send me a voice memo of you saying 21? She was like, okay. And she did that. I had to cut this one up because the rhythm was wrong. 21. But yeah, they just sit left and right a little. Eva. 21. Really great job, Eva. Good job. Harley. 21. Also good job. Legendary stuff. Yeah, all of these are just compressed and have that low cut on them. Lucy. 21. Great job. Everyone does so well here. It's so fun. And because they're all like so different, it really gives it that gang vocal feeling. 21. Zoe Hallam. 21. Two pretty identical ones. Very good. 21. And there's a few of me. 21. Trying to do like different voices. 21. 21. A few different like inflections. 21. 21. And Zoe. Gidget Moon Zoe. 21. Really fun altogether. Just fun. 21. Meet the deadlines. And then I've got kind of harmonies throughout the thing a lot of the time, as do both Zoes. Tell you meaning. Really fun. Look out towards the setting sun. 21. Meet the deadlines and stay on time, cause you're running out, and you're supposed to be there now. Idle time. I love harmonies. My friends are out, I think I'm staying home tonight. Pretending that I'm someone, I'll be there when I'm ready, yo. The lights are fading. Low budget's underrated. That's another gang one. Just gotta pull it all together and get a little better. I'll be there when I'm ready, yo. And then the other part where the gang vocals kind of come in is, to a lesser extent, is over here. Be there when I'm ready, I'll 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 Yeah. All right. So that's pretty much it, really. Few layers there. Oh, there is the return channels. Let's go from the top. Ballad reverb. I use the hell out of this. It's modified a little, but it's like on everything I ever do. And that's just a stock setting in Ableton. So you'll hear like everything's, except for the drums, is coming through that to a certain extent, pretty much. Just because it sounds so nice. Drums room, that's what the drums except for the kick are hitting. Before that, just a bit of EQ on that reverb. Yeah, drums room, literally just the drums room setting from Ableton. I have a reverb for left and right on this. I don't always do that, but sometimes I just want, one or the other, so I just do that. I don't think the right one's really doing anything, but yeah. This is my super secret special tape thing. It's, again, based off Tweezy tape, but I just like changed the filter a little bit, I think. Just a really nice delay. Super tapey, sweet. Very big vocals through that. That's kind of the main thing. Quarter note delay? Where does that come into play? Nice. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. Don't look at the... You didn't see that. That's just got that quarter note delay on it. That's pretty much the only... and maybe the yeah, or the what, or whatever those are. Crazy parallel compression on the drums. This is a classic. Super gross. Just sitting right under there, right underneath everything. And then this J37 setting, the vocal slap. It's just a really nice, creates a bit of room. Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of layers in this one. I hope you got something out of this and that you enjoy the song and that you have a great day. See ya.